Sarah, otherwise known as Yarnmugs on Instagram and Ravelry, and welcome to my podcast. I can't remember what number it is actually. Number 8. Today is the 15th of August 2020, and this is my podcast about my knitting, sewing, or my knitting, my crochet, and my beginner sewing journey. Welcome if you're new, thank you for giving me a try, and welcome back to any previous viewers. Thank you for returning. Thank you for all your lovely comments that you leave me. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm still in my same usual spot. It's pouring with rain. Still quite hot though, I feel a bit sweaty. I've just been in the rain, that's why my hair's a bit of a mess. And my cat's here today. He's normally hiding away in a cupboard, so that might be nice if he walks across and says hello. Got quite a bit to share with you. But first of all, I want to talk about my giveaway that I spoke about last time. I was lucky enough to just tip into the 500, just over 500 subscribers. And so last podcast we talked about a giveaway I wanted to do. And I asked people to leave me comments, which you did. I had 65 people leave me a comment. So yeah, thank you for that. That was lovely. Lovely to read all your comments. You're so complimentary, you say such lovely things, so yeah, thank you so much. And really that's why I wanted to do a giveaway. I wanted to give something back. Some people said that they would pay for shipping if I had to send it to another country, but honestly I really wanted to do this. I don't mind doing that. I wanted to show my appreciation to you for watching and chatting with me. So yeah, that's why I wanted to do it. I won't get everything out of the giveaway prize bag, but just to remind you, it was this project bag by Duckpool Lane. It was a Tilly and the Buttons pyjama sewing pattern, a fat quarter, a mini skein of yarn, some cotton yarn, a crocheted washcloth that I made out of cotton, and that's why I put some cotton yarn in as well for you to make your own if you want to. Some sock yarn and some soap dish and a pair of socks. And also some people messaged me to not give them the socks and to give that to someone else. So we'll do that as well. So thank you for doing that. So I've got already on my phone random number generator. And like you say, every time someone left me a comment, I wrote down their name and their number, so it's all in order, and there were 65. So I've just put random number generator 1 to 65, and I'm going to generate. And if the person that wins didn't want the socks, we'll do it again. So ready? Generate. And it's number 24. So let's go back. Number 22. And number 24 is Amanda. That's the only name I've got. So hopefully Amanda knows who she is. So I suppose I need your name and address. You haven't said about not doing the socks, so you're getting the whole package, so that'll be lovely. So direct message me via Instagram. Or if you're not on Instagram, message me in Ravelry, but please let me know that you've done that, because I don't look at Ravelry unless I'm buying a pattern. So direct message me or leave me a comment underneath this video to say you've left me details in Ravelry, or direct message me on Instagram with your name and address, and I'll send that out to you. So congratulations, Amanda. That's all I have. So no surname or any other sort of name. So yeah. My first giveaway. That's exciting. So let me just write that down so I don't forget. Let me write it in this book. 24 Amanda. And I look forward to hearing from you. And I think probably what I'll do, because generally people that watch me regularly leave comments fairly soon. So, but if I haven't heard from anyone by the next podcast, I will draw another winner. Okay. Oh, that's nice. I'm pleased to be doing that. That's lovely. Right. So now on to the bits and bobs that I've been making. First of all, we'll talk about my Trescau sweater. I've talked about this quite a lot. It's not finished, but I have made some progress. And this is the Trescau sweater by Along Avec Anna, and that's Anna Devout on Ravelry. Along Avec Anna on Instagram. So last time I was working my way down the body. I think I was sort of up to here. Oh, sorry, I've got so many bits and bobs attached, all the different yarn and the different needles. So yeah, so I've worked my way quite far down the body. I haven't finished the body because I started to think I wanted to get my sleeve in. I'm not explaining it very well. So my sleeve stripes match with my body stripes, and then I've just carried on with the brown yarn, which is JC Rennie in the nutmeg colourway. It's super soft 4-ply, but I'm holding it double, so it's like a DK weight sweater. Oh, I love it, and I do think it looks like it's going to fit all right compared to my first Trescau, which I made far too big. It's lovely. It is a bit stretchy, so and with this particular cable, I can't try it on, it's too small, but that's fine, I'm sure it'll be fine. I love it, I love the colours, it's nice and soft, really pleased with the sleeve. So I'm just working my way down the sleeve till I get the length that I want. And I suppose I was just trying to yarn manage really to make sure that I've got enough brown yarn. And probably what I'll do is do the other sleeve and then finish off the body and the rib to the amount of yarn I've got, because I probably haven't got much brown yarn left. I've just got that left. I think that's what I've got hanging on the body, and then this is probably what I'll use for finishing off this sleeve and the next sleeve. I've got plenty of the colours left, so next time that should be done. Yeah, I love it, I'm really pleased with that. Really nice, lovely yarn. And it's not finished because at the point after the last podcast, I had finished so many things, and this was the only thing I had on my needles. And I had this urge then, oh, I better cast on some other things. So even though I have made progress, normally I would have had that finished and just sort of worked on one thing, I started some new things. So in July, the lovely Emma Potter from Potter and Bloom, she released a new shawl pattern, and she had a special discount price in July, so I bought that, and it's called the Adelaster shawl. Let me just get all my bits and bobs out. Oh no, maybe I've not written that down. Where's that? Oh well, it's a lovely pattern. It's in my lovely Betsy Makes project bag. I love this. So beautiful, so well made. So this is the Adelaster shawl. It's a lovely crochet shawl, really simple, as in it's so nice and easy to work pattern. It sort of reminded me a bit of the Just Feel Better shawl, as in you don't even need to look at the pattern anymore, you can just knit away or crochet away. Emma's pattern calls for 2 skeins of 100-gram yarn, and she uses oh dear, my brain today. You can make a small version with 100 grams or a larger version with 200 grams. She uses one colour for the shawl plus a contrast on the edge, but I didn't have enough yarn to do that, so I just gathered together some yarns that I love and that will go together. Let me show you it. It's a triangular shawl. Oh, sorry about all the ends. It's lovely, and the the clusters are sort of on the tilt, so it doesn't look like normal sort of trebles or treble clusters. So obviously it's not big enough yet, but it's, what with triangular shawls, I love that because they very quickly get nice and big. So you can see I've got 3 different yarns here. The speckly yarn is this, and I bought this at Edinburgh Yarn Festival, the first one I ever went to a few years ago, and it's by this company, Garnshaw, and they are a company, it says it's hand dyed by refugee women in Norway, and I really wanted to support them. At Edinburgh, their stall, I mean, I could have bought every single skein of yarn, it was so lovely. I really love green and these other sort of speckles, and it's really funny, isn't it, when you see it like that, you think, oh, what's it going to look like? But it is nice and speckly. And I've matched it with this cream yarn, which is the beautiful heart spun yarn by Woolly Chic. It's BFL and Tencel. It's so silky, but it's a lovely, lovely cream match with that. And then I added in another JC Rennie. This is in the apple colourway. Originally I thought, oh, I'll do the whole shawl in these 2 and have this as an edge. But in the end I thought, oh no, because I love stripes so much, I'm going to add a stripe. But yeah, that is lovely. Really nice. Yeah, I like the speckles. Yeah, it's quite autumnal with it. There's quite golden colours in there. I like the green. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that. So while I was making that, the lovely Rosina from Zeens and Roger on Instagram and podcasts put a call out for testers for her new shawl, which is called the Days of Summer shawl. So I've done one of Rosina's patterns before and I really liked it, so I said, oh well, yeah, I'll do that, and she said yes. So I was, again, always feel really privileged to be able to do a test, and we had to get it done in 2 weeks, which I did. And it's this. It is gorgeous. Can you see? It's like filet crochet, those little sort of squares, and it's got a lovely lacy edge and sort of a picot edge as well. It's blocked really nice. I block mine on the washing line, and I peg that top line really tight and then put pegs on every little picot and sort of stretch it out, and it's come out lovely. I'll just put it on. It's nice and big. This is exactly how I like a shawl, so you can wear it over your front, but plenty big enough there. Oh, it smells lovely. So this is using, because I've got a tiny bit left. Again, this yarn I've had for ages. Now the blue, the blue yarn is this, and it's Julie Asselin in the Weekender colourway, and I won this yarn. I won a couple of skeins and some mini skeins, and I put that in a previous shawl pattern. It's really lovely, lots of different sort of blues in there. And then the greeny yarn is this one. Oh, it's gorgeous, and it's by the Wall Kitchen Merino Silk, I think this is, and it's in the Jurassic colourway. It's a really lovely sort of seasidey colours, if you can really see. So yeah, it was a lovely, really nice, simple knit, but with lots of, interest with the filet, the lace and the picot, and a perfect size. Really pleased. And she's just released this pattern, and it's a collection of seasonal shawls that she's made, but it's really lovely. And I think I'm going to gift this. I've got a student working with me. I've had her with me for a year, and she's just about to qualify as a qualified health visitor, and so I thought I might give her that. Hope she likes it. I'll have it back if she doesn't. Yeah, so that was a lovely, lovely crochet. Oh, my hair looks such a mess. Sorry, don't want to keep looking at myself. So yeah, that was the Days of Summer shawl by Rosina, or Zeens and Roger. I then saw on Instagram, I've recently been following this Instagram account called Poison Girls, or GRRLS. She's a lovely sort of vintage 50s sort of starlet looking woman, really gorgeous, and all her patterns are real sort of rockabilly vintage, really, you know, to show off that feminine silhouette, which I'm not very good at, so I tend to make things that are far too big. But I saw this jumper and I think I liked it because it was stripy, and you know I love a stripe. Let me just show you on Instagram. Let me show you a nice picture. So this is the jumper. So it's a top-down raglan with a little cable detail around the raglan shaping, quite fitted but nice and stripy. So it's a knit-along. She does a summer knit-along every year, and so I thought, oh, I'll join in, and because obviously I've made jumpers and put my own stripes in, but I thought it would be really nice to actually follow a pattern. So again, I'm just using all my scrap yarn, all bits and bobs that I had, but all, you know, that hopefully match. How can I show it to you? It is getting a bit bigger now, so it's a bit curly. There's the, that's the back. Right. So this is it so far. It's called the Joni boatneck. So I suppose the neckline, rather than being like that, is sort of a bit straighter. I'm not doing it justice there. Well, you can see how fluffy and soft this top yarn is. This is the first time I've ever done cables, and I'm really pleased. I can't believe how easy it was. I don't know why I've been so nervous about doing them, but I really love that little cable detail, and it's on the front and the back of the shoulder, like the sleeve. So yeah, you start off with one colour, then you do a bit of striping, and now I'm just going into the next colour. So it's, you know, a weekly, even though you get the whole pattern, she has a bit of a programme, so you're following it week by week, hopefully then to make a jumper in about, I think it might be 5 or 6 weeks. So yeah. Now, it is stretchy. I am hoping it will fit. I'm a little bit nervous about that. I am making the large based on my bust measurement. But I imagine, you know, it's meant to be a bit fitted. Oh, we'll see. I do love it. I love the look of it. I love all the colours. I'll tell you about the colours then. So this first one, this sort of lovely grey speckly yarn, that's from a local to me dyer, and I bought it at a local yarn festival, and it's mint bee yarn. There was no colour, but it's baby alpaca, silk and cashmere. It is really soft, and you can see a bit of a halo, but it feels lovely. Lovely, all them speckles, all different colours. And then the grey is Cascade Heritage, just in grey. And these are all fingering weight. So that was the other issue I had with this, thinking, oh, it's going to take me ages making a fingering weight jumper. But in fact, it's fine. It's whizzing along. The other issue I had is I couldn't get gauge. So I had to go down to my sock needle size, which is 2.5. And I didn't have a needle smaller than that to do the rib. You know, often you have to do a smaller needle for that. So it's all done in 2.5 mil needle. Or millimetre, sorry. I really love it looking at it on here, and I love this sort of pop of purple. So the purple is this lovely yarn. All the different colours in that. And this yarn is by Isolde. And last year, I think it was, I joined her yarn club. So you pay for a year and you get yarn and a pattern every few months or every quarter. And this is merino, linen and silk, but it is lace weight. But it's coming out all right. It seems to be a good match weight-wise with the other yarns. Yeah, that's really lovely. And then I've got other bits and bobs to add to this jumper, but depending, because I've also got quite a lot left, I might just end up just using these 3 for the last stripy bits. But I have got some odds and ends, so I've got a few little mini skeins that would match. I've got another yarn, leftover yarn that I could add in, so they're all sort of all match, but we'll just see how that goes. But I'm loving the pattern. I'm loving the fact it is a fingering weight, because it just feels nice and light. And I'm loving the cables, really pleased with that. I might start having to make more things with cables in now that I've mastered it. Seems pretty straightforward. Just watched a couple of videos and good old YouTube. What do we do without YouTube? It's funny, afterwards I did find that I had a knitting book that did describe how to do cables, but it's really nice seeing it being done in sort of in person, isn't it? But yeah, you can see how sort of squishy it is. So that's that. I just hope that I hope it fits. We'll see. So that's the 2 jumpers, the 2 shawls. I think that's all my knitting and crochet. We'll now talk about my sewing. So because of coronavirus pandemic, we've all now been advised to wear face coverings in shops. So I made a few of those. I've been following Big Community Sew on Instagram, and that's sort of started up by Patrick from the Great British Sewing Bee, and he has loads of, or lots of people have videos and how to make face coverings, all the different patterns around. And I had a go at a few. I followed Tilly and the Buttons, and I followed a couple on that Big Community Sew. And in the end, I sort of adjusted it a little bit and sort of made it up a little bit. Because sometimes I think, I want it to be as simple as possible, and sometimes you watch things, you think, I'm sure it could be a bit easier than that. They're making it a little bit more difficult. The other issue I had was I couldn't buy elastic for ages, and the elastic I've got is very thin. The palaver I had with making some of these, I've made so many, I can't, I've made over 20. I've made them for family and friends, for a neighbour up the road as well. So in the end, I just made it with 1 pleat. The issue that I had was my sewing machine did not like going over this really fine elastic, and I had to sort of make it on the smallest stitch and go back and forth a few times. And then when you turn it inside out, you'd go to pull it and that would still ping out. It's so frustrating. But anyway, I feel like I've got the pattern, the style that I like now. I'll just show you on. So it's a nice fit. It's nice and most of my face, covers my nose, covers my chin. Yeah, I'm pleased with them. So this is a fat quarter from Hobbycraft. I made another one. It's really funny because even though I was doing them all the same, some are definitely a better fit than others. I've got quite a big nose, so I feel like once you've sort of pulled it over your nose and made sure your chin's in, some of them don't fit very well. And even though they're cotton, we've had such hot weather here, I still, you still feel that you can't wait to get them off when you're wearing them for a long period of time, around the shop. I've only been still going to Sainsbury's, and I've been to Hobbycraft once with my daughter. That was a nice little treat out. But other than that, I've not been anywhere else where I've needed to wear a face mask. Oh, I've been to the garden centre a few times, and at least that's outside. But yeah, if you're anywhere for a long period of time wearing a face covering, you do get really hot. But yeah, I'm pleased with them. But I think if ever I have to make more, I'd rather have them a bit, the elastic a bit thicker. But no, they're nice. I then made this pattern, the trapeze dress by Merchant and Mills. When I saw this, I just thought, oh yeah, that's perfect for me. I just want a nice kind of A-line dress. I'd bought some spotty polka dot fabric. Now that's going to send your eyes skew with. And before I show you it, I'm going to tell you I absolutely hate the material. It's so horrid. When I ordered this, I thought it was poly cotton, like a mixture of polyester and cotton. And then the shop owner said, oh no, it's 100% polyester, but it's got a really nice drape. So I continued to have it. I said, oh, okay, that's fine. But as soon as I got it out of the packet, I can barely bear to touch it because it's so horrible nylon. It's making my hands go on edge. It feels like the cheapest, well, you know, like a tabard that you'd wear, you know, in a oh, I don't know. It reminds me of, I don't know what it reminds me of, because I can't see how anyone would want to make clothes with it because it is so horrible and you can't iron it. I couldn't fold anything. It's really hard to put a hem in it, and the spots as well just send your eyes skew with. So I'm just going to open it up and show you the dress pattern though. Merchant and Mills, this trapeze dress is lovely. It's such a perfect pattern, and it comes in lots of different options. So sleeveless, one with buttons, that's the one I made with the sleeves, a long sleeve. Yeah, so lots of different variations. In fact, I think it would be nice just a sleeveless one, especially this heat wave we've been having, and to make it in nicer material like linen or double gauze would be lovely. Now, my normal dress size that I wear is a size 16, and so because I could see that this pattern looked like it was going to be very wide, I decided to go down a size and made a size 14. And what I found is that it fits okay across here, but it's a bit tight when I put the sleeve in, so sleeveless would be fine, but the 14 dress is still really, really big. So I'm thinking I might, if I do a sleeveless version, I might stick with the 14 top, but even go down to a 12 just to make it not so much material. So that's the dress. I'm sorry if it makes anyone's eyes go funny, but you can see how wide it is. I'll stand up and show you. Oh, it's just slipping off, it's horrible. I put pockets in as well, but it's not very nice. So I'm going to put it away because it's such horrible material. So it's not only that it's nylon, like that horrible polyester, it's the spots, it sends my eyes skew with. I'm going to have to hide it. So lots of people said, well, at least it's a practice run, and that's true. So that's what you should do really, isn't it? You should make a mock or a muslin or a toile first to really get your size. And I've got lots of other lovely fabric that I think I definitely want to make another trapeze, because it was really, really lovely make, really nice. But just never polyester. I'm never ever going to buy that again. And in fact, when I look back, so I've been keeping a log of the fabric that I buy. And let me just find out where it is. Black with white dots, 100% polyester. I bought 2.5 meters for £25. I mean, and I think that's not cheap, is it? Especially for fabric that feels so horrible. So I don't even know if anyone else would want it. I was thinking, I could just give it to charity because it's a nice shaped dress for someone, but it's just such horrible material. Oh well, put that down to experience. Never buy 100% polyester again. Has anyone else ever made anything in 100% polyester? I mean, what would you make? You know, you wouldn't want it. You'd be so sweaty. It'd be horrible. Anyway, that's that one. I then wanted to make a dress for my sister. It was her birthday. And because I've made quite a few Stevie dresses by Tilly and the Buttons, I thought I've got to make her one of those. And after that horrible polyester fiasco, I decided to make her one in 100%. Well, let me just check. So I've got this material from the same place. Mustard yellow print cotton. Now this was 2.5 meters for £25. And now I haven't got it here, and I haven't got a photo of her wearing it, or me. I should have really taken a picture of me wearing it, but this material is lovely. So pretty. So real lovely mustard with the black and white pattern. I've never made anything in this sort of, it's not thick cotton, but it's thicker than the cotton lawn that I've used, and it was just perfect. Oh, sorry, look at my hair. I'm not very vain, so I don't normally really care what I look like, but I keep being distracted, sorry. Yeah, so it just worked a dream. It was so lovely to work with. It ironed beautifully, and this was probably the first pattern. I mean, I do always follow what the pattern says, but in some of the Stevies before, I've put bust darts in. But this, I just did exactly what it said, and all the notches matched up like a perfect jigsaw puzzle. It just was, I was so pleased with it. And I did it in with black top stitching. I might just see if I've got a picture on my Instagram, because I took a photo on there. And so in my sister's dress, I also put the pockets. So I've got a bit of a picture there. You can see my hand in the pocket. It was so crisp and professional looking. I was really pleased. There's a bit of the top stitching in the black. And that's like the whole dress. So again, with the previous Stevies, sometimes I've done that opening at the front or at the back, but I did it as, oh, sorry if that's a bit, yeah, sorry, that's a bit blurry. What I might do is get my daughter, because she's the techie, to add a picture. Maybe there. But I almost didn't want to give it away because it's so lovely. Felt really nice. So I will definitely buy some of that again. Now that fabric, so that was from, again, I found her on Instagram, someone must have recommended, Carolyn Rose School of Sewing. So it's only that polyester one that was horrible, but this is beautiful. I don't know if this means anything to anyone, you know, along the selvage edge. It's gorgeous. And afterwards I kept thinking, I just want to make everything in cotton. So that's the horrible polyester, that lovely dress for my sister, the face masks, and what I'm wearing. So when I made my sister Stevie, I decided to make me another one as well. And this fabric, I didn't really enjoy sewing with it because oh, I'll tell you about it. So this fabric this is one of the first ones I ever bought, Midnight Bloom Poly Crepe. I bought 1.5 meters for £11.97. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? And I've made a dress out of it. So this is the Stevie dress, but made with the right way round. But again, all my Stevies, I put a pop stud in rather than the ties. I did put bust darts in. I don't know if you can sort of see it there. I'm really pleased just with the simple, I just did a double hem on the sleeves. I put pockets in as well. I'm going to show you. And this, out of all the Stevies I've made, this I feel like is the best fit. Now the only thing I've done wrong, that pocket is lovely. I must have sewn this one up far too small and I can't really get in. But I tend to always use my pocket in my right. I love it. It's really drapey. I probably could do with going down a size. I always oversize for my boobs and my bum and hips. Always think, oh, things aren't going to fit. And I'm wearing this with leggings. So you can wear it with or without. So it could be for winter. Oh, it's so lovely. I'm really, really pleased. Look at the But yeah, it didn't really, when I was trying to fold the hem, it didn't really iron very well. So it's that kind of material that just looks like this all the time, which is handy, you know. You can see at the back, just a plate, just on a little popper. But I'm really, really happy with this. I think it's feminine, it's pretty. Yeah, I love it. So yeah, I felt like when I made this and the one for my sister, I really felt like I'm a dressmaker. I can do this. And since then, I haven't had any time to sew. I've not done any sewing. But I think in my mind, I really want to make another trapeze dress, but in some really lovely fabric. I've got some linen. I've got navy and sort of like a khaki green linen. I've also got a navy dobby, which looks lovely. That would be nice and flowy. So yeah, hopefully next time I'll have some more dressmaking. But I'm really pleased I've managed to make another dress. I really, really love this. So I think that's nearly it. I always have to go through in my head to make sure I've told you everything. So the Trescau jumper, Potter and Bloom shawl, Zeens and Roger shawl, my new Poison Girls sweater, the horrible dress, this dress, my sister's dress, and the face coverings and the giveaway. So yeah, Amanda, please get in touch with me and let me know who you are and where you live, and I'll post that to you. And before I go, I just really wanted to mention a couple of podcasts and Instagram accounts that I've been following that I've really, really enjoyed. So one, someone recommended from this, someone commented ages and ages ago when I first started talking about sewing, and the person that she recommended is called Rosary Apparel. I might have mentioned her before, but I've been watching so many of her videos. She's called Janelle. She lives in Tasmania. She designs dresses and is selling patterns, and she does loads of videos where she's, like live videos where she's sewing, or like sort of speeded up videos where she makes her dress patterns, and she's really inspiring. So if you want to get into dressmaking and sewing, I would definitely follow her and look at her YouTube, Rosary Apparel. Also, I've been watching loads of videos by the baker that sews, and that's Liz. She is prolific at sewing. She sews, loads every single month, and she often will do a video with fabric that she's bought and what her plans are, and then the next one will be the patterns that she's made. She makes loads of lovely dresses, and that's really what I want to be making. So it's really lovely watching her. So that's Liz, the baker that sews. And I've got to mention, because she makes me so happy, makes me smile, is Stevie by the Sea. Now that made me doubt myself then, made me think it should be Stevie Appel, but it is Stevie by the Sea. Yeah, there she is. Stevie by the Sea on Instagram and podcasts, vlogs, YouTube. Yeah, she's just wonderful. If you haven't watched her or looked at her Instagram account, do. She will make you smile. She is so lovely. She is really open and honest about her mental health. Her partner Chris as well has a history of drugs use, and he's recovered from that, and they openly talk about that. She's teaching her partner Chris to crochet, and that's really lovely to hear and listen and watch. But she just makes me laugh. She's so lovely. So Stevie, if you are watching, I love you. I think you are amazing. I just think, I don't know if you realise how much joy you bring to people that watch your podcasts and vlogs. So yeah, I would definitely please check her out. She's so lovely and sweet and funny and happy, and despite everything, despite the mental health in the past, she's amazing. So just wanted to share the Stevie love. You probably know who I'm talking about already, so I'm probably late to the party, but I had to binge watch all her previous videos, and we've been chatting. So yeah, really lovely. Oh, what's the time? 39 minutes. So sorry about me moaning about my hair. What can you do? Yeah, so I hope that's okay. Hope you've enjoyed it. You haven't got to see my cat. He's still fast asleep over there. Maybe I'll show you him. Alfie. Aww. So that's next to my cushion that I made. That was my first sewing project. Okay, enough's enough. Lovely to speak to you all again. Hopefully see you in a month's time. And Amanda, just let me know who you are and I'll send you your giveaway. It smells lovely of that soap in there. So yeah, look forward to speaking to you all soon. Bye for now. See you.